Everything we thought we knew about King Von's final hours? Yeah, that just got flipped on its head. Late last night, a voice message surfaced from none other than King Von's own mother, and what she said got the streets on fire. Fans are shook, blogs are scrambling, and now Lil Tim and members of the NBA camp are being accused of straight-up hiding key information about what really happened that night outside Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. And this isn't just some rumor off Reddit. Von's mom dropped this bomb herself, with names, timelines, and receipts that have never been made public. The twist? She's claiming somebody close to Von warned him not to go out that night, and that NBA-affiliated people knew what was about to happen before the first shot was even fired. What started as a tragic night might have been a setup, a premeditated move, a silence the op type situation. And if that wasn't wild enough, some fans think Durk knew too. The drama's spiraling, emotions are high, and the family? Completely divided. Let's break it all down, because this might be the biggest plot twist in the King Von case yet. Everything was quiet, until it wasn't. Late one night, just as fans thought the King Von case was fading into history, a storm hit social media. A voice message dropped from a private fan group, allegedly sent by Von's own mother, Ms. Tasha. No filters. No PR speak. Just raw emotion. And what she said left the internet in shock. I told him to watch the ones he trusted most. Not the ops. The ones in his circle. Boom. That one sentence was enough to set the internet ablaze. Reddit threads exploded. TikTok detectives jumped into full gear. And just like that, the rumors were back. But this time, with new names being dragged into the fire. Because Ms. Tasha wasn't just mourning. She was pointing fingers. And at the top of that list, Lil Tim, NBA affiliate. The man who pulled the trigger. But that's not all. She claimed that certain members of the NBA crew knew exactly where Von was going that night. That they were waiting. That somebody tipped them off. And suddenly, it wasn't just about who shot Von. It was about who let it happen. Let's rewind. It's been over 5 years since that tragic night in Atlanta, November 6, 2020, when King Von was gunned down outside Monaco Hookah Lounge after an altercation with Quando Rondo's crew. The footage showed it all. Von swinging, chaos erupting, shots fired, and bodies falling. The streets mourned. The industry stood still. But behind the scenes, the story was never clean. Now, Von's mom is adding fuel to the fire, and her claims are painting a different picture. A darker one. According to her, Von received a warning just hours before the fight broke out. He had a call, she said. Someone told him to stay in. Said they was out there watching. Said it ain't safe. But Von? He brushed it off. Said he'd be fine. Said he was on business. According to her, it wasn't arrogance, it was loyalty. He ain't wanna believe someone close could snake him. He kept saying, I trust my over and over. But that trust may have cost him everything. Here's where things get wild. Ms. Tasha claims that just hours before the Monaco Lounge shooting, Von's location got leaked in a private group chat, not by an op, but by someone he rocked with. Someone he had just seen earlier that day. I ain't gon' name no names, she said in the message, but it was somebody he fed. Somebody who called him bro, just 24 hours before. This shook the fanbase. People started combing through Von's last Instagram story, trying to find clues. One IG Live clip showed a familiar voice in the background, a voice fans believe belongs to a known NBA affiliate. Another clip from that same night showed Von arguing with someone off camera, saying, "Why you watching me like that? Say what's on your chest." Now everybody's asking the same question. Was Von being watched by someone in his own circle? And if so, who knew what was coming, and why didn't anyone stop it? Once the voice note spread, emotions ran high across social media. Some fans immediately jumped to defend Von's mom, saying she's finally speaking up after being silent for too long. Others accused her of stirring the pot, claiming she was just reacting off grief. But then came the real bombshell. In a follow-up voice note, she said this. They told me the boy that pulled the trigger ain't the one who started it. He just finished it. That one line turned everything upside down. If Lil Tim didn't start it, then who did? Who escalated the situation? And more importantly, who let it go down? According to sources close to the family, Vaughn wasn't even supposed to be at Monaco that night. He had a different appearance scheduled, but something changed last minute. "We all told him, don't go. Chill for the night," said a close family friend, who asked to remain anonymous. But he was Vaughn. You couldn't tell him nothing when his mind was made up. Another twist? A text allegedly sent from someone in Vaughn's crew hours before the shooting. It read, "He moving wrong tonight. I tried to tell him. They know where we at." The text was leaked in a fan forum, supposedly by someone who had access to a burner account tied to one of Vaughn's day ones. No names confirmed. No proof it's real. But the timing? Lines up perfectly. It gets even crazier. One fan dug up a surveillance clip from a gas station near Monaco Lounge just an hour before the shooting. In it, a car that matches the make and model of Quando Rondo's black SUV is seen circling the block. Not once. Twice. Was it coincidence? Or were they waiting? And if they were waiting, who tipped them off? Here's where fans started really losing it. Since this new wave of info hit the internet, nobody from the NBA camp has said a word. Not Quando. Not Lil Tim. Not even Young Boy. Just radio silence. That silence speaks volumes. And it didn't help that Quando had already told media outlets that Vaughn came out of nowhere swinging. But here's the thing, if it was just a street brawl that escalated, why was Vaughn being followed earlier? Why was he being warned not to go out? And why are people saying his location was leaked? Of course, you can't talk about Vaughn without talking about Lil Durk. As soon as Ms. Tasha's voice note dropped, Durk's name started trending again, with fans divided about his role in all of this. Some said he had nothing to do with it, that he loved Vaughn like a brother and was legally prohibited from being around him after their 2019 case. Others weren't so sure. Old interviews resurfaced where Vaughn talked about feeling distant from the OTF camp in the weeks before his death. He even tweeted, "Moving different, acting different. But I still got me." At the time, nobody thought much of it. Now, it hits way harder. Especially since Durk dropped Backdoor not long after Vaughn's death. Fans pointed to the lyric, "You ain't slide for your mans, you let him die." Who was he talking to? Was it a general bar? Or something more pointed? Even Vaughn's sister Kayla B went on IG Live saying, "Don't let nobody act like they loved my brother more than they really did." It's clear there was tension. The kind people don't speak about on camera. This is where the story takes a sinister turn. One fan claims they used AI software to enhance a previously seen video clip of the Monaco Lounge parking lot. The AI allegedly picked up on a figure standing far off, recording the altercation on a phone before it even happened. And here's the scary part. They never flinched when the shots rang out. Everyone else ran, ducked, or froze. This person just stood there, recording, like they knew what was about to happen. The internet dubbed them the Watcher. Who they were, still unknown. But it raises the question, was someone sent to capture the hit? Not just commit it? Because if that's true, then this wasn't no heat-of-the-moment fight. This was a setup, a show, a planned takedown. And Vaughn walked right into it. And that's exactly where everything gets spookier. The internet was already on edge after the AI-enhanced footage revealed a mysterious figure standing completely still during the chaos, filming like they knew what was about to happen. No flinch, no duck, no panic. Just watching. People started calling him the Watcher. A shadowy silhouette tucked near a parked car, not identified in police reports, not mentioned in any interviews. Fans demanded answers. Who was that? Why were they there? Where's that phone footage now? Multiple Twitter accounts popped up claiming they had more clips from that angle. Some looked real. Some were obvious fakes. But one account, now deleted, posted a freeze frame where you could barely make out what looked like a diamond chain on the figure's neck. One that some fans swore belonged to an NBA affiliate. But before it could be confirmed, the account was wiped clean. Gone. No posts. No bio. Just an error message. The timing? Way too convenient. And that's when fans started looking inward again, not just at the streets, but at Von's own circle. If you know anything about King Von's sister, Kayla B, then you know she don't hold back. And the minute this new chaos hit the internet, she jumped on IG Live with the energy of someone who's been holding in secrets for years. "I told y'all back then. Ain't nobody believe me," she said, pacing back and forth on camera. "People want to talk about loyalty, but half these dudes didn't ride for my brother. They let him walk right into that." But Kayla didn't drop specific names. What she did do: post a screenshot of an old DM between her and someone labeled only as M. In the message, she asked, "Why y'all move like that after he died?" The reply: "Wasn't our call. That came from above." Fans instantly tried to decode it. Was M a crew member? A label exec? A family friend? Nobody knows for sure. But that one phrase, "came from above," started a whole new wave of theories. Some say it referred to label higher-ups. Others think it meant federal involvement. But one theory picked up real traction. Now, this is where things get real Hollywood, but the street's been whispering this one for a minute. The idea that Von's death wasn't just street karma or heat-of-the-moment beef, but a strategic sacrifice tied to deeper industry moves. And if there's one thing this industry fears, it's an artist with power and street loyalty. That combination is explosive and dangerous, especially for people with more to lose. A resurfaced clip from an old interview showed Von saying, "They don't want people like me to win. Too real. I don't play them fake games." And just days before his death, he tweeted, "All money ain't good money." So when Kayla said that came from above, fans started linking it all up. Could Von's refusal to sell out have made him a target? Just as the internet was digesting all this, another piece dropped, a 57-second voicemail, allegedly from someone in Von's inner circle. It was posted anonymously on Reddit and later reposted by multiple rap pages. The voice, heavily distorted, said, "We tried to stall him. Told him not tonight. There were eyes everywhere. He said, 'I ain't running.' Then, someone close told them he'd be there. I ain't saying names, but if you listen, you know." Fans lost it. Was it real? Was it AI generated? The voice was emotional, strained, sounded almost panicked. And when synced up with Von's known timeline, it matched perfectly. Right before the Monaco fight, Von reportedly made a phone call that lasted less than 90 seconds, according to his manager Track. The identity of that call? Never revealed. Could this voicemail be from that call? Track went on a podcast the next day trying to shut it down. That ain't real. Y'all love making stuff up for clout. Von was a soldier. He moved how he wanted. But the more he talked, the more fans felt something was off. His tone? Too defensive. His answers? Too clean. One YouTube commenter wrote, "It's like he practiced these lines before the show. That ain't how grief sounds." Let's talk about Track, Von's manager. From day one, fans have had mixed feelings about him. He was there the night Von died. He's done the most interviews. He's the one who controls Von's posthumous releases. And while some say he's just keeping Von's legacy alive, others aren't buying it. Kayla B's friend went on live and said, "All I'ma say is, you don't cry on camera, then drop merch the next day." It was a shot. Plain and simple. Track later revealed that he owns part of the rights to Von's music, which, in business terms, makes sense. But in the court of public opinion, it looked shady. One fan posted side-by-side screenshots of Track in a press interview just 2 days after Von's death. Then the merch site launched the same week. The caption said, "Legacy or leverage." And that's the thing. Fans aren't just emotional. They're connecting dots. And every dot leads to the same place. Von didn't just die. He was positioned to die. But even in the streets, something shifted after Von was gone. Muwop, Boss Top, and other O Block members started moving different. Some went quiet. Some went live too often. Others disappeared completely. Then the news dropped. MUWAP arrested in connection with FBG Duck's murder. And suddenly, people started wondering if Vaughn's death was part of a bigger sweep, a federal move to break up Chicago's most active crews. A leaked FBI document, posted briefly online before being scrubbed, mentioned an active investigation into retaliatory gang violence linked to a November 2020 incident in Atlanta. That's Vaughn. If something happened to me, don't let nobody play dumb. That line hit like a bullet to the chest. Fans were already emotional. The theories were flying. Kayla B was crying on live. Vaughn's mom had basically accused the entire industry of looking the other way. And now this? A final message. Direct. Paranoid. Foreshadowing. And now people are starting to believe that King Von didn't just get caught up in the streets. He saw it coming. The leaked text, reportedly recovered from an old iCloud backup linked to Vaughn's second phone, came from an anonymous source who claimed to be close to the family. At first, nobody believed it. But then a verified fan page cross-referenced the timestamp with Vaughn's known call logs from that night. It lined up. The message was allegedly sent around 10:37 p.m., less than 2 hours before the Monaco hookah lounge incident. Fans started freaking out. If something happened to me, don't let nobody play dumb. Who was he talking about? His crew? OTF? His manager? The feds? The way it was worded made it sound like Vaughn already knew somebody was playing both sides. Like he felt something shifting. And now, with everything Ms. Taysha revealed, the mysterious watcher in the parking lot, the leaked audio, and the weird silence from NBA affiliates, that final message feels like the missing puzzle piece. Following the leaked message, one of Vaughn's oldest homies from O Block, who hadn't spoken publicly in over 2 years, dropped a video on YouTube titled, "I Was There Too, It Wasn't Random." In the video, he blurred his face but left the audio raw and unfiltered. Vaughn ain't dumb. He knew when a setup was in motion. But he had too much heart. He thought he could beat it. But the truth is, the energy felt off the second we pulled up. He went on to say that multiple people in the crew were acting strange that night. Looking at their phones. Not saying much. Not even turning up like usual. He didn't name names, but he kept using the phrase. They weren't shocked. They were ready. If that's true, then Vaughn didn't walk into a trap by accident. He walked in trusting the wrong people. This is the question that shook the entire fanbase to its core. Because when you break it down, who really won after Vaughn passed? Lil Durk's career skyrocketed. He dropped The Voice less than 2 months later, with Vaughn's picture on the cover. Sales doubled. Streams exploded. Quando Rondo gained infamy. He went from underground to headline status, not for his music, but because of the controversy. Lil Tim became a name. Whether villain or victim, his name stayed in circulation. And somehow, he's still out on bond. Vaughn's manager Track took over posthumous releases, merchandise, and image control. The label got full ownership of Vaughn's unreleased catalog. Even the feds benefited. Weeks after Vaughn's death, they ramped up federal sweeps in Chicago. O Block got hit hard. FBG Duck's murder suspects got booked. People flipped. The whole landscape shifted. So when fans started asking who really wanted Vaughn gone, they weren't just looking at his ops. They were looking at his business partners. His crew. The people who got paid after he died. Just when things were cooling off, King Vaughn's mom came back online with one final message. She posted a photo of Vaughn when he was 10 years old, standing outside an apartment in Parkway Gardens. Shirt too big, braids tight, eyes sharp. In the caption, she wrote, "You knew too much. That's why they feared you. And I promise, your mama gon' speak for you till I can't no more." Under that post, over 100,000 comments. People sharing their theories. Fans begging for answers. Others calling for justice. That post reignited a wave of support, but also division. Because now, the lines weren't so clear. Was this just another tragic drill story? Or was it something deeper, a systemic betrayal dressed up as street beef? To this day, no one has been convicted for King Von's murder. Lil Tim is out on bond. Quando is still dropping music. Durk has leveled up into the pop crossover stratosphere. Track is managing artists and releasing Von's posthumous work. And Von's family? Still grieving. Still waiting. There's no trial date. No full explanation. No confession. Just theories, leaks, silence. And a mama who refuses to stay quiet. Behind all the chaos, conspiracy, and comments, there was a real human being. A father. A brother. A son. Davon Bennett. King Von. Grandson. He wasn't perfect, but he was powerful. His voice? Raw. His stories? Unfiltered. He told the truth, even when it hurt. And maybe that's why he had to go. Because truth don't sell as well as silence. So now it's on you. Yeah, you. If you've made it this far, you're not just a viewer. You're someone who wants the truth. Oh, tell us in the comments. Was Von set up by the streets? Or by the industry? Do you believe someone close to him leaked his location? Who do you think the watcher really was? And if you're tired of the silence, hit that like button right now. Because the more this video spreads, the harder it becomes for the people in power to bury the truth. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next drop. We're breaking down Von's unreleased lyrics, hidden IG stories, and a leaked interview from someone who claims to have been in the car with Von that night. This story ain't over. Not by a long shot.